Hello to the golden age of cinema. The way this works is I have no clue about Clipchamp. This is the place where movies have been made in Turkey, and now I'm trying to catch up with things, and this time we're watching 5 Rascals, or in Turkish Beş Hergel. This is a movie directed by Yılmaz Atadeniz in Turkey, 1971 of course. This movie is not that long, it's 62 minutes, and a gang of 2, which called Cheto, which was played by Tamer Yiğit, I didn't know him, and Arap Ismail, which is played by Erol Taş, and this time Erol Taş you will see in lots and lots of movies. No way you're watching Clipchamp without knowing Erol Taş. I'm sure we will get to him later. So let's dive back in and see how it turned out from beginning to end. So we start off with a poker game, and our main protagonist we see here, his name is Aygün. He is playing a rather interesting game here because he has the royal flush. And bluntly, right away, his mates are funding him, quoting, because no one can have that much luck. He makes another bold move by getting up onto the table and start to beat the shit out of everyone. So luckily or unluckily enough, the police arrive just in time to put him in the jail. The scene changes and now we are in a police station where our boy Aygün is chained up and is being interrogated by a rather unpleasant person, and what he does is he starts up a fight even though chained up again, and every single police officer starts to hit on him with a rifle. This is also interesting, why do policemen in this movie have rifles in closed areas? That doesn't make any sense unless you wanna beat up somebody in a real cool style. So he has been put into jail now. He's locked up with 2 other Turkish prisoners, which is also the main cast, Arap, Ismail and Cheto. Now at this point we doesn't know much about the motivation of the 3 prisoners, but there is a little time jump, and in the time jump we get the information as a viewer what we need, and that is Aygün knows who snitched on them and where the money is buried, and the money is buried by the criminal named Cobra, and that's all we need to know to make a huge escape. Now our boy Aygün pops up his belt and unchains everyone, and they start to get out of the jail. The escape scene is by far my most favorite scene in this movie, and this is because normally you would say as an artistic choice you will wait until night and then pull it off at night, but no, they are doing it at clear sunshine, beautiful day. A little boat is waiting for them by the shore, and this time we get to know our 4th scoundrel, and that is the Safiye Yankee. I don't know her either. And here she doesn't have a clear name, she's called as Sarı Kanarya, which is like a bird in Turkey. And Sarı Kanarya, she's like helpless and surrounded by guardians. At that point our boys doesn't know it, but there are a dozen of guardians with rifles clearly waiting behind her. We can see it, we as a viewer we know. And they have to swim to the boat, so at that point the guardians could like shot every single one of them easily. They have no chance of escape, but they let them into the ship and they try to ambush them, and they ambush them. You have to watch this scene, how they're like just jumping out of the boat, and they're like hooray, like pirates throwing out merchants and grabbing their money. That's a beautiful scene. So the next 2 scenes seems to be random at first but has a special meaning, of which the first one is rather easy to explain. Our boy Aygün starts a fight in a bar, and there's another person showing up and quote, "Are you having fun?" And our boy Aygün is like, "Yeah, it's a hell lot of fun." And the guy who's called actually Freebie, he's like, "Why do I don't join in?" So he joins in the fight and they make an escape. And right now, like in scene 1, the police right away comes in, and the police now is known that our 5 scoundrels are back in the country. And another scene now, the second scene, this is interesting. There is Cobra in person with this man for the first time, listening to a tape recorder, and the tape recorder explains that the 5 scoundrels are back in town. So he also knows this, and not only this, but we as a viewer now that there is a mastermind behind this, that Cobra is also just a henchman in a huge plan, and let's see what happens. Now we reach the half mark of 30 minutes, and our 5 Rascal friends are meeting in a huge mansion, and they're not just coming in, they're just coming in disguise, one by one. So you will say that all of the precautionary measures are helping to to make this mansion safe, but no, it's not safe. Our friend Cobra is right at the mansion. This is my definitively second most famous scene in this movie, where they casually walk up to the window and see Cobra that has his man shooting at him. And now the chase begins. They have to exit the house, and the way they do this is some of them go to the second floor, some of them are shooting to outside from the ground floor, and the ones at the second floor, they jump out of the balcony and fall to the floor, ground floor, and roll down and then jump into a Mustang and they make an escape. Now they have to know, okay, Cobra is chasing us, everyone knows we're here, now we have to make our move. And interesting enough, they don't know where Cobra lives. Cobra lives in an incredibly huge mansion. I think you can see it from the sky easily, but they cannot spot it. So they have to go to a woman called Tijan Dorai. Tijan Dorai is a whore, so she doesn't have a name in the movie, but she will get interesting in a second. So Tijan Dorai, which is her real name of the actress, is telling them Cobra lives in this huge mansion, and I'm like, so they go there and find them. They have been ambushed because Tijan Dorai, which is a whore, of course works for Cobra. Therefore, she already told Cobra that they are coming after him. We miraculously make an escape of 2 of our scoundrels, and 3 of them are get caught. And Cobra makes his entrance, and Cobra is telling them, I will torture you. And that's the thing that I do, because I'm a bad man. And I think that's rational. So they being tortured, 2 of them do not escape but come back and get our team of 3 again back. So there are now 5 scoundrels, but something is missing, and you think, what is missing, you ask? That's the money. The money is actually at Cobra. Ismail finds Cobra with the money. So at that point, Ismail is telling him right away, you messed up, you should have sent the money abroad and not keep it for yourself. So the Cobra is like, so you were the mastermind in all of us. So the plot unreveals in front of us. And we are shocked, equally as Cobra, I would say. But the evil guy is Cobra. So Ismail is not that evil? I don't know, but let's Cobra escape. So Cobra escapes, I think, and Ismail takes the money, but unfortunately cut off by his old-time good friend that he loves and cares, Cheto, and shot him in the back because he doesn't want to share the money, and runs off again, but this time caught off by our boy Aygun. And Aygun, in all of us, is not killing him and not taking the money either, so that's make him not that bad of a person, right? So he's maybe a good person, and then the police makes an appearance, and the police like, oh, Aygun, we love you, you're the best undercover, you did it again, hooray. And then our girl, Kanadia comes in, and they walk off the beach, and this is the happy ending. So what do you think? Is it enough for a bad boy movie? Might be objective, but I think there should be much more in this movie. I like the idea of a bad boys movie with 5 scoundrels, and I think they went very far with this idea, but for obvious reasons. For example, the police entrance is always way too planned. They always, in 3 scenes where they make an entrance, they just happen to be right there, and there is nothing to surprise us viewers, because when they go in, they come in with guns and everything stands. So for a bad boy there would be shootings, I guess, and there are then shootings in places you don't expect to. When they make an entrance into the mansion, right away there are shootings. When they make an escape, there are right away shootings. And even the police in the first scene, when they hit our boy Aygun, it's rather unusual to start a fight right in a foreign country. I don't buy this, because he's an undercover police. Why would he start a fight with? Maybe even he should contact the foreign police station because of this. Maybe, I don't know, or Interpol or something. So there are some problems here and there. But in overall, it's a solid groundwork for more of this. I have to Google if they took the team, took the writer, took the director and went along with this and made some other movies. But until then, You can make your own opinion. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you next time at the golden age of cinema that no one asked for. Bye!